Hello, everyone. This is Riley of Group 2, Section 4 for Intro to Information Technology, and this is my screencast for our final group project. Our theme is sports, and today I'll be showing you guys how to read a box score on ESPN.com. So this can be done using any of the major search engines or browsers, and I'm just going to click on ESPN.com. And so the box score that I'm going to be doing is an MLB one. So I'm looking at the tabs up here, and they have already laid out for us all like the major sports. So you have NFL, NBA, MLB, NCAA football, and so on. And you don't need an account to do any of this. ESPN is a public website that can be used without an account. So I am just going to click on MLB. And in order to read a box score, you're going to need to have a live game to read or a completed game. And so looking up here, most of the games, don't start till 7 o'clock. It's 6:58 right now. So, but we did have a game played earlier in Boston between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. So I'm just going to hover over that with my mouse and click box score. So now this page pops up, and what we see here is a more detailed look at what actually occurred in the game. Here we see that the Blue Jays were the away team, and they scored 4 runs and defeated the Red Sox, who was the home team, and scored 3 runs. Right below this, we see a screenshot of the scoreboard for the game, which tells us the amount of runs scored each inning, the total runs scored in the game by both teams, total hits for both teams, and if there are any errors by either team. So, looking at this, we can see that the Red Sox get out to an early lead, 1-0 in the second inning, but then Toronto scored 4 in the 8th inning, and Boston put up 2 in the 9th, but ended up losing 4-3. And the Blue Jays out-hit the Red Sox 8-7, and the Red Sox also had 1 error. Below this, we can see how each individual fielder on the Blue Jays and Red Sox did in the game, hitting-wise. And so we have the lineups from 1 to 9, as well as if there were any substitutions. And just taking in like individual player, we can look at Dustin Pedroia, who was a second baseman for the Red Sox today, batting second. And in the first column, we have at-bats. So Pedroia had 4 at-bats. For runs, he scored 1 run in the day. For hits, he had 1 hit. He had 0 RBIs. He had 0 base on balls, which means he walked 0 times. And he did have 1 strikeout. To the right of this, we see his averages and percentages for the year so far. He's batting .298, which is a pretty good batting average. Anything close to 300 is very good. His on-base percentage so far this year is .353, which is also another solid number. And his slugging percentage is .340. So Pedroia is having himself a decent year thus far. But these numbers are bound to change because, they might stay the same for him, but for the average player, we're only about 10 or 12 games into the season. That's a 162-game season, so these numbers are bound to change throughout the entirety of the 162-game season. So if we look down below, we can see the individual advanced stats, or not advanced stats, but what each individual actually put out for the day. For instance, you can see doubles, home runs if there are any, grounded into a double play, how they did with runners in scoring position, as well as specific fielding errors, any double play balls that were turned, or any pass balls by the catcher. And below this, we can see the detailed pitching stats for the day. We have innings pitched, hits allowed, runs given up, earned runs allowed, base on balls, strikeouts, if any home runs were given up, as well as pitch count number, amount of strikes pitched, as well as ERA for the season thus far. So if we're looking at Happ, who was the starting pitcher for the Blue Jays and the winning pitcher of the day, he had 7 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, gave up 1 run. It was an earned run. He had 1 walk. He struck out 4 batters, allowed 0 home runs, and threw a total of 93 pitches, 59 of them being strikes. And his ERA currently in the season is a pretty good 1.89. That's actually a very good ERA. Anything below 2 is very good, and he's having himself a good start to the season. He's 2-0. And that is pretty much how you read a box score. Hope you learned something.